Hi everybody, it's Julie from Artfully You. This is my first ever YouTube video. So I'm attempting to record my Zoom meeting today. I've been doing online Paint with Julie videos every day at 2 o'clock. And I've been asked by a lot of people who haven't been able to tune in to record it. So I'm attempting to record it on my phone. And I have my laptop set up to do the Zoom chat. So hopefully this will work until I get a better video set up. Today we are painting this really cute owl. So that's the owl we're going to be painting today. You really don't need anything special other than the primary colours, black and white, water, paintbrushes and a rag. So I'm just about to open the Zoom chat and hopefully everybody can follow along this way. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hello, welcome. We've got lots of people joining us today. I am also trying to record it on my phone for people who want to watch on YouTube. So I will be looking at 2 cameras today. So welcome everybody. Hope you've got your paint ready. We're going to do this super cute owl painting today. So I'm going to show this to the camera here and also to all the Zoom people. So yeah, we're going to be doing a super cute owl today. We have 40 minutes on Zoom. I'm hoping Zoom will give us some extra time, but we will be painting quite quickly today. I'm just going to let everybody in who's in the waiting room. Can everybody hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah? Okay, excellent. So I'm just letting everybody in. Hello. Hey.
Hi, Malin.
Sorry?
We've had so much schoolwork in the last couple of days.
Excellent. Okay, we've got about 10 people online so far. So we're going to make a start in about 2 minutes. So welcome. We've got the waiting room filling up. So this is fantastic. So far, yeah, we have 10 people. So I'm just going to unmute everybody for now. Okay, so everybody should be able to say hello. Thank you for the people who have been with me all week. This is so exciting. You must be collecting quite an art gallery now. So people have been with me every day. You'll probably have 4 paintings now. I am going to be taking a break on Fridays because there's another artist doing an amazing live stream on Instagram called Julia Veenstra. She does very colourful work, so I'm actually going to be participating in her Friday workshops, but I will be here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 2 o'clock. The meeting password will always be the same, so everybody who has the password, that's going to be the same password. Oh, I love the painting you're holding up. Who are the kids on Andrew's iPad?
Yes. Malin did Julia Veenstra's on Friday too.
Oh, fantastic. I'm going to be doing it tomorrow as well. So yeah, if I get back in time, I have an appointment in the morning. So I'm hoping to get back in time for her 1 o'clock class. So she's on Instagram. So yeah, fantastic. So yeah, she's really awesome. I love that tree. That's amazing. I love it. So we're going to start by wetting our canvas. So we're just going to paint it with some water. So we're going to be wetting our canvas. This is just to allow the paint to flow a little bit more easily. So I'm really curious to know what kind of paint everybody has. I'm using acrylic. Is everybody using acrylic today? Give me a thumbs up if you're all using acrylic. Everybody's using acrylic today? Okay, great. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're using something else. We can improvise with lots of different things. Does everybody have black and white and the 3 primary colors? So red, blue, yellow. Yeah? Is anybody missing any of those 3 colors? So blue, red, yellow. That's the 3 primary colors, and then black and white. Some of the colors that we're going to be using today you can buy in tubes, but I like to teach everybody how to mix their colors from scratch. So one of the colors which I really like using for this painting is called yellow ochre. This is yellow ochre, but if you don't have yellow ochre, it's very easy to make. This is basically normal yellow mixed with purple. And to make purple, it's just blue and red. So it's basically the 3 primaries together, but it's more yellow than the other 2 colors. So to make yellow ochre, it's yellow with a tiny bit of purple, very small amount of purple. So, okay, so we're going to get cracking. So we are going to paint our background, and it can be any color you like. I would recommend making it quite light, but it can be any color at all that you like. So, and I would make the top part of the painting a bit lighter than the bottom part. So you choose whatever background color you like. I'm going to do a bit of a combination of, I'm going to make myself a bit of a turquoise with yellow and blue. So I'm going to start with painting the top of my canvas white. I've got more people in the waiting room, so I'm just going to let them in. Welcome everybody who's just joined us. We're just painting the top part of the canvas white. So I would say if you imagine your canvas is divided into 3, it's the top third that we're going to be painting white. So we're painting the top part white. Okay. Then I'm going to take, I hardly ever clean my brush. I use my rag to clean my brush, so I don't use water very often, because if you use water, your painting tends to becoming a bit more watercolory and a bit wishy-washy, and I want like really nice strong bold colors. So we're not going to use much water at all today, if we can help it. So I'm putting a little tiny bit of blue onto my paintbrush. So my paintbrush is mostly white. I'm just putting a little tiny bit of blue in the corner, and I'm just gonna put that in a few random places. So I'm putting the blue on in a couple of random places, and immediately I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow in too. So this is how I'm gonna get my kind of greeny turquoisey color. So I'm putting a little bit of yellow in, and I'm just kind of mixing that on the, I do a lot of mixing like on the canvas. So we'll make it kind of quite painterly. I want it to be quite rough, the background. Okay, so I've got a nice combination of blue and yellow. The next thing I'm going to do is grab a load of white again. So white again. And I'm just going to put that kind of all over my painting in a bit of a random fashion. I want it to be quite painterly, so I'm not going to mix everything perfectly. I'm just going to add in some white here and there. So I'm just going to kind of mix all that together. Anybody who does my classes on a regular basis will know I do a lot of mixing on the canvas. So I'm just dolloping some white here and there, and that's a artist technical term, dolloping. So I've got my kind of painterly background. I want it to be quite random. I'm going to hold this up to both cameras.
Yeah, so just put a little bit more water on it.
Put white at the top.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold this up to the zoom camera first. Can everybody see that? It's very kind of random. And now I'm gonna hold it up to the YouTube camera. So it's very painterly. So it's a bit of a combination of yellow and blue. Welcome, Laura. Great to see you. I'm just gonna unmute everybody. So, welcome, Laura. I think I just tried to unmute you. Maybe your camera is muted on purpose. I'm just gonna try and... Yeah, I've unmuted you. There we go. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make some branches. So I'm just wiping my brush off on my paper towel. The easiest way to do straight lines is to actually tilt your canvas on its side. Because it's easier. Do you know we all have one eye higher than the other? So it's really hard to paint straight lines this way from side to side, but it's quite easy to do top to bottom. So what we're going to do is everybody is going to tilt their canvas on its side. So the white part is now going to be on the left and the colored part is going to be on the right. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna make brown. So I'm teaching you all how to do these colors from the primaries because not everybody may have all the colors. But I just found out Michael's are doing home deliveries. So if you get short of any art supplies, and I believe they not home delivery, sorry, porch pickup. So you can order paint supplies online and then you can pick it up from the doorstep at Michael's, which will be really fun. Okay, so we're gonna make brown. As a pop quiz, I'm just going to admit some more people into the waiting room. So far we have 15 people. That's really fun. Okay, so those people who have just joined us, what we've done is we've painted one side white and then we've done a combination of green and blue. And now we've tilted the canvas on its side so we can do our straight lines. So we're going to make brown. Can anybody tell me how you make brown from the 3 primary colors? Anybody guess? We do, yeah. On Andrew's iPad, right in the corner. You shout out your name.
We mix them all.
Mix them all, that's it. We mix them all. So we can make lots of different types of browns by mixing them all, yeah. So because red is a very strong color, we're not going to use that much red, but yeah, we're going to get some yellow. So yellow is the color we use the most of, so we're going to get some yellow. We're going to add some red to make orange. So we've got some yellow. We've got some yellow, we've added some red to make orange, and now we're going to add a little bit of blue. And the opposite to blue on the color wheel is orange. So if we mix those two together in the right proportions, it'll go brown. Now you see mine's going green. It's because I don't have enough red in there. So I'm going to put some more red in there. So you should get a nice brown if you can mix them all. And just keep mixing them till you get the right color. If it's a bit light, you can always add a little bit of black as well. Okay, so we're making a brown by mixing them all together. And then this is what we're going to do. We're going to draw some branches. Now, the canvas is tilted on its side at the moment. So we make sure you have the white end on the left-hand side. Okay, and then this is what we're going to do. From top to bottom, I'm going to press down. And then I'm going to lift off. So top to bottom, press down, and then lift off. Okay, So I'm gonna hold that up to the zoom camera. So I've mixed all three colors together to make brown. And then I'm painting top to bottom. I press down and then I lift it off. So if you tilt it this way, you'll find you have two branches going across your painting.
Yeah, I'm making the color. Relax. Okay, we can figure this out. You can go back to work.
Okay, there's no rush. We've got 40 minutes. So you can make them a little bit thicker at the edge, and you can add some more branches on as well. So we could make this one a bit longer. I might make this one come down a little bit. I might do this one going straight across. So I'm kind of just adding a couple of branches onto it.
Now you have to make it.
So I'm going to hold this up while everybody's working on their browns. I'm going to hold this up to the zoom camera.
Can you not do that when I'm trying to go across the canvas with your arm?
Okay. Okay, we've got some more people in the waiting room. So welcome, Rick and Kate. So Rick and Kate, welcome. What we're doing at the moment is we have painted our canvas white at the top, and then we've kind of added some blue and yellow directly onto the canvas, and we've mixed it with kind of a crisscross motion, so it's very kind of painterly. And then we've mixed all of the colors together, as in yellow, blue and red, and we've made brown, and we've just made two branches. So you want two branches, one about a third of the way from the top and one about a third of the way up from the bottom.
Okay, I've got your instructions here.
You got the instructions? Excellent, excellent. Anybody who wants to try this again later, I do have printable instructions on Google Documents, which I'm very happy to send you. Please feel free to share them with anybody you want to. I've actually just set up on Google, you can now leave reviews. So anybody who wants to leave me a review on Google, and feel free to share these classes. They're going to be Monday to Thursday, 2 o'clock. And we're going to be doing a really cool, hopefully 40-minute painting each day. Okay, so how's everybody getting on with their branches? Everybody doing okay? So we're going to make some leaves now. So to make the leaves, we're going to mix yellow and blue together to make green. Now, if your green is quite bright, like my green, and you want it to be more of a grass green or a khaki green, you can add a tiny bit of red into it. And that will give you more of a kind of olive green. Okay, so to do the leaves, I'm going to try and hold this up a little bit closer. To do the leaves, we're going to make a curved line one way. So it's a bit like a letter S. Kind of a bit like a letter S. And then we're going to curve the other way to join it together. So I'm going to show the YouTube camera and then the Zoom camera. So I made that green with blue and yellow and a tiny bit of red. But I want all the leaves to be slightly different. So I'm actually going to make slightly different coloured leaves by just experimenting with those 3 primary colours. You can even add a little bit of black in. So let's make the leaves different sizes. And we're just going to add some leaves onto those branches. You can have pure red leaves if you want. So I'm adding some leaves on. So I make a kind of S and then I do a curved line around it. So a kind of S and then a curved line around it. So a letter S and then a curved line around it.
You can pick this way now, I think.
You can make some of them a bit more yellowy, some a bit more bluey, some a bit greeny. Let's have some fun with it. Some of them can just be that brown that we made earlier. Oh, I like that colour. I used a lot of orange in that one. That came out really nice. I'm going to do another one that colour. I really like that colour. Yeah, so I kind of experiment. I made some of them orangey, some of them greeny, and the nice thing is you can let them dry and then put a little bit more paint on. Okay, we need to allow a few minutes drying time. So does anybody have any questions for me? I'm gonna unmute everybody. So if anybody has any questions. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this up to both cameras. So this is the YouTube camera. And this is the Zoom camera. Feel free to hold your work up to the camera. I'd love to see how you're doing. Does anybody want to show me what they've done so far? Oh, very nice. Nice leaves. I love it. Oh, lovely. Is anybody trying any crazy colors, or is everybody doing my colors? Feel free to put some crazy colors in there. I like to see some experimenting. Oh, I like it on the black canvas. Wow, that looks really cool. A nighttime owl. So you'll need to make your owl brighter so it stands out. So I would put a lot of white into your owl so it stands out if you're doing a nighttime canvas. But I love it. I really like it. So we have 16 people, well, 16 different people dialing in, and a lot of you have multiple people in your household. So this is so fun. Okay, is anybody ready for the owl? Yeah? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make whatever color you want to make your owl. So if you want a purple owl, you're going to mix red and blue. If you want an orange owl, it's yellow and red. If you want to do a kind of bluey turquoise owl like me, I'm mixing blue and yellow to make a bit of a turquoisey teal sort of owl. And I'm going to add some white into that so my owl is a little bit... But I want to make a kind of aquamarine owl today. So I'm making yellow and blue with some white into it. Okay, so we're going to make a bit like a snowman, but it's not going to have a middle body. So we're going to make 2 circles. So imagine you're kind of building a snowman, but it doesn't have the middle body. So the bottom of the owl needs to sit on this bottom branch. So we're going to start by doing a circle, kind of like an oval shape. I guess like an Easter egg shape. Okay. And then I'm going to do to make this color, I've just done yellow and blue together with some white. Okay, and then I'm going to do a smaller oval shape, but it's kind of going to be an oval shape on its side. So it's going to be wider at the sides. And I'm going to try and angle it a little bit. So I'm going to make it a little bit higher on one side. So I've kind of angled it. Okay, but your owl can be any color you like. So I'm going to hold this up to both cameras. This is to the YouTube camera. This is to the Zoom camera. So I've kind of made the top one slightly on its side. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to fill it in. So let's just fill it in.
Yeah.
So we're filling it in. Anybody who needs the instructions for this, I can send it to you on Google Documents. So I have written instructions on how to do this. Just email me info@artfullyyou.ca and I can send you written instructions.
Yeah, but you don't have to waste time doing that. If I could see the final picture, then I wouldn't waste time drawing any of this stuff.
Oh, here's the final picture.
Whoa. With darker blue. With accent.
Okay, so this is the final picture. Okay. So everybody got to this stage? Okay, the next stage is really fun. I want you to give me the peace sign. So give me the peace sign, and I want you to pretend there's another finger in the middle. So the space in between your 2 fingers is going to be the width of a finger. Okay? And we're going to dip these 2 fingers in the black paint. So
idea.
I want you to make two kind of weird eyes by dipping your fingers in the black paint, and your fingers are going to be about 1 finger space apart.
It is like so whispery.
Lost the video.
I think my Wi-Fi's... Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to put those 2 fingers on our owl in the middle of the head.
I think these are eyes. I think these are.
So these are the eyes.
Okay.
This is the easiest way to get good circles. Is to use your fingers.
Right? Whenever you...
We're not going to do the pupils till the end because we want the eyes to be dry. So we're not going to put the pupils on till right at the end. We're going to leave the eyes just plain black for now while we add some more colors. Okay. So we are going to experiment with feathers. And the feathers on the original piece that I did, I kind of did a bit of a combination of everything on my palette. So I made sure that the feathers were darker underneath at the bottom of the head, and they were darker inside the 2 ears and darker kind of at the tops of the shoulders. But I kind of really experimented with mixing all my colors together. So I used blue. It's saying we've got 10 minutes left. So, yeah. So we're going to experiment with making some feathers. So I'm going to have to speed up a bit because we're running out of a little bit of time. So I'm using the brown that I mixed for the branches to start with. And I'm going to just make some little dashes. And the little dashes I'm going to do down either side of the body. So I apologize for us running out of time. If you don't finish in time, just email me info@artfullyyou, and I do have printable instructions I can send you. I will keep recording on YouTube, so I will be posting this on my YouTube channel very soon as well. Okay, so we're going to do these. I'm going to add a little bit of black to make it a little bit darker. So I'm just doing short strokes either side to make some feathers. So little short strokes.
And so the painting turned out really good.
Okay. So I'm going to hold that up to the camera. So I've made lots of little short lines for the feathers on either side. I want to keep the chest lighter, so I'm going to put white on the chest. But either side, I'm doing these short little strokes. And I'm going to start creating, they're not really ears, they're just kind of little tufts that they have either side. So I'm going to put some little tufts either side there. And then I'm going to do some kind of feathers around the top. So little tiny lines. So I'm working my way all the way around. I'm using my brown color that I made for the branches with a little bit of black. Okay, and I'm going to actually add in some pure blue now. I'm just going to put some pure blue into those feathers.
Like this app. Is it brown and brown? I like. You don't? This is I feel like she said like white and
Okay, so far I've used brown and blue. And I've just gone around the outside of my face. I've made 2 little tufts on the top of the head and I've done the wings. Okay. And now I'm going to add a little bit of white. So I'm using white with some blue to make like a pale blue, and then I'm adding a little bit of yellow into it to make it a little bit more turquoisey. So I've done yellow, blue, and white, and I'm going to go around my eyes very carefully.
I'll do that.
So I'm going to make like almost like a pair of glasses for my owl. So I'm making like a pair of glasses for my owl. Okay, and I'm also going to start with quite a lot of white on the chest. So I'm going to start adding some white onto the chest. Mainly around the top part of the chest. So lots of little short strokes.
White, blue, and yellow. Blue, yellow to the chest.
So white on the chest, and then I'm making like a pair of glasses to go around the owl's eyes. So I've used white for the chest and white for around the eyes to make like a pair of glasses. Okay, we can use a little bit of that white for like the top of the head.
Great glasses.
Okay, somebody was asking me about the eyes, about the pupils for the eyes. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to use the blunt end of the brush. So the blunt end of the brush, and we're going to dip it in white paint. So we're dipping the blunt end of the brush in white paint. Okay, so we're dipping. I've lost quite a few people. I don't know if Wi-Fi's acting up a little bit. So the blunt end of the brush, dipped in some white paint, and we're just going to make 2 little light flecks on the eyes, on the sides of the eyes. So I'm going to show that to both cameras. So you see where I've put the white? If we get cut off, it's saying I've got 3 minutes left. The only thing you have to do is make a diamond shape with brown for the note, for the beak. That's the only thing that's left to do. So can everybody see where I put the whites for the eyes? So I used the blunt end of the paintbrush. I dipped it in white. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do is make a kind of orange color. So yellow and red. Yellow with red. So when you mix red, red is really strong. So I would say use very little red, like a pinprick of red and a lot of yellow. And I'm going to make a little kind of diamond shape. So I do basically like the paint is very wet, so you might need to let this dry a little bit before you do it. But I'm making kind of a V and then an upside down V. I will have to let my canvas dry a little bit. And I'm also going to put a little bit of black around the outside. So I have made a V with an upside down V, and then I filled it in with like an orangey brown for the beak. Can everybody see that? And we have exactly 1 minute left, so I'm gonna hold this up to the camera for the rest of the time. I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for dialing in. The next meeting will be...
We have to do more feathers. Lots more feathers.
The next meeting will be Monday at 2 o'clock. So the next one will be Monday at 2 o'clock. And it will be the same password as today. I'll be posting the Zoom ID on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also going to start recording these for YouTube as well. Please feel free to email me if you have any ideas or comments or things you would like to learn how to paint. My email address is info@artfullyyou.ca. You can also contact me using my contact link on my website, which is artfullyyou.ca. So feel free to contact me. Okay, so we've lost our Zoom people now because we're only allowed 40 minutes on Zoom. But I hope YouTube watchers, you managed to find this interesting and helpful. I'm going to put the completed owl on the camera here. So there's the finished one. Thank you so much. If you would like the written instructions of how to do this, I can easily send a Google document to info@artfullyyou.ca. Please post pictures of your work, hashtag me, hashtag artfullyyou. You can also hashtag me Paint with Julie. So I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday. If you want to paint along live, we'll be on Zoom at 2 o'clock. All the information will be on Instagram and Facebook. Otherwise, I will be trying to record this on YouTube as well. So thanks for watching. Take care.